the manifesting principle goes from top to bottom. In other words, it starts at consciousness and works down through those levels, finishing at the physical body.
Yes.
It does not flow upwards.
Mm-hmm.
If you flow upwards in any physics model, none of the quantum physics equations work. They only work when you flow from top down, which means that if you work at the physical level, you can't influence the energic level or the mental level or the supramental. Whereas if you work at the energy level, you can influence downward. In other words, you influence the energy system and the physical. But the higher up you go, you work at the mental level, you're influencing the ones below it, the energy and the physical.
Okay.
And at the supramental level is, flows right down. Well, see, BodyTalk, we actually work at the supramental level, which is the intuitive level, using those laws of synchronicity, communication, etc. And then we apply them through the other levels below that, which means our treatments are always going to be, in the true sense of the word, holistic, covering every aspect, not just localized. And that's unique to BodyTalk.
Yes. Whole is whole and complete rather than whole.
Yeah, you see, Joseph, when they talk about holistic alternative medicine, they're really not talking holistic. It is still Cartesian. The Cartesian model of dividing the body up into parts was very, very good because we need specialists in the brain and specialists in the kidney because that's why they become good surgeons, etc. Mm-hmm. But as a general, even acupuncture is Cartesian because it's just focusing on one system, the energy system.
Yes.
You can be, herbalism is focusing on one system. They're still all Cartesian. And to get a system that is truly holistic, you have to be focusing on all the levels.
Yes.
And you also have to be using consciousness as part of it, which means you have to use the supramental level. And we're the only ones at the moment using that in a structured form.
Yes, and that speaks to the scientific approach.
Yeah, well, this is the key element. There are a lot of people who have strong intuitive abilities and healing abilities and things like that, but they are often gifts. My criteria, I remember talking to a major energy medicine conference, and I pointed out that there are a lot of great healers around, but they're not really much use to us because if you put that healer in front of 40 people and ask him to teach what he does, he can't.
No.
Because they don't have those gifts,
Yes.
And to me, the true aspect of energy medicine is a system where you can put 40 people in a class and teach every one of them to be highly skilled at it. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, the energy medicine part of BodyTalk is exactly like that because I can take anybody and train them to do this because I combine the consciousness philosophy and quantum philosophy with the scientific model. Mm-hmm. In other words, we use all the structures of the body. We use the anatomy and the physiology, the meridian system, the belief systems, attitudes of brain functions, and so on, and bring in all the different parameters. And we have techniques in that will address all those according to the level we're working. Mm-hmm. So it's the truly holistic system.
Now, to do with that holistic system, I know that you focus on tapping in the heart and the brain. Is there a reason why the heart and the brain are the key?
Yes, well, when you want things done in the body, you've got to activate the brain. And when you bring about changes, you want them stored. And at the Heart Math Center in Colorado have actually shown, and many other studies have shown, even in Chinese medicine, that the heart itself is like a brain as well. In fact, in the latest work in physiology, they're actually showing that the heart muscles are full of neurons, tiny little neurons. So the heart is like a big brain as well. And it seems to be a storage factor that stores the changes. So, we talk about learning something by heart.
Yeah.
Well, it comes down to, for example, it always used to amaze me that you learn in physiology that the liver cells divide every couple of days. And the fact is, about every 4 weeks, we get a brand new liver. Yeah. Every cell is replaced. And yet, you could have cirrhosis of the liver, and 4 weeks later, you get a brand new, very sick liver.
Yes.
And that didn't make sense. If the body can completely regenerate itself, why doesn't it regenerate into a healthy one? Mm-hmm. And the reason is, what I've discovered is that the heart is basically the holder of the concept of who you are. And as a result, it's saying to all those cells, no, I'm an alcoholic with cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay.
And as a result, that guides those cells to regenerate as sick cells. So therefore, we have found that no matter what part of the body we're treating, if we want the changes to become permanent, we have to alter the storage in the heart.
Hi there, my name is Nina Wallinder, and I wanted to talk to you about Layers of Health. Layers of Health is a free online community dedicated to investigating holistic and alternative health options. These options can include physical health, mental and emotional health, business health, as well as your spiritual health. So you can join me as I discuss your health concerns with various experts, mentors, and leaders in their fields. And these interviews are offered for free live, as well as during special encore presentations. But if you find one that is particularly interesting to you, you can also purchase it. So you can join me at www.layersofhealth.com, and I'll see you on the calls.